starting extension conversations with him right now?
Well, again, I don't want to sit here and, as you know, that even has a competition to it in its very aspect of it. He is doing more than we could have, than we did expect, or that we could have expected. And what's really special is he's a real plus to have around the team. He's a real plus around his teammates. He's a great plus around those coaches. And those coaches really think highly of him. And so he's not only doing it on the field, he's doing it as a part of the team concept. That's very important, and in his particular case should be noted. But we'll weigh that. We knew full well that if things really went like we want them to go, that certainly we need to think about having some room available if we're going to pay a second receiver at that level. Oh, I think Dak is a heck of a quarterback, and I saw a well-done article today with Kalashov and in the morning news, and he was talking about the Tony Romo years and comparing that with the Dak years, and he's absolutely right. All of them were there at times right around that rim, and one of the things that I probably have a sense of just remorse that we didn't, when those guys were playing quarterback like that, to get one or get a chance to get a Super Bowl. Mistake? You don't think that I didn't jump up a lot of mornings in those years that we've had Dak or we had Romo when they were ready to play and say, let's get a Super Bowl, and it'd be done. I didn't say let's don't, for instance, I'm being tongue-in-cheek, but it wasn't a mistake. What I regret is that we haven't been able to get it done. We have been around the rim a lot. I've got to say this, if you'll look at their winning percentages over the 10 years that each quarterback here, 10 or 11 years, you look at those winning percentages on those teams, and it's probably 5th, 6th best winning percentages in the NFL. Now, I know you're going to say those playoffs are at the bottom, and so obviously are the Super Bowls. And I don't hang my hat on having teams that are playing well enough to have a shot at it. I think this team has a shot.
All right.
I think some of those teams did. Yeah, it does make sense, and that is their job. And it does add to try to speculate on how Overshawn is going to impact this defense. Is speculation at best. And the same thing with Ravel. We hear about he's doing things out here that are just amazing, but he hasn't played in the NFL, and you know that's going to cost you someplace if he's on the field. So that's the part of the nuances that you have to work through. We will weigh what are the likelihood of the players that we've got coming back, how they will impact where that'll put this team, as opposed if we should add a player in a trade. And I don't have a trade in mind right now at all. And if that comes about right now, if someone is on the phone calling.
Did last night's Washington loss uplift you a little bit to let we're still in this thing?
It just reminded me that we are still in it. And it reminded me that was eerily similar to the way we got beat. And they came down and they were able to execute, get the ball, and get the kick. And but for you should give me the chance to have our offense with the ball down there Sunday where we had it. And I like our odds of winning that game. And it was right down to that right now. They did not surprise us on running that ball against us like that. That was a suspect. And we'd like to have a mulligan. And we'll get some, but still, I see so much parity, and then you factor in that these teams get compromised with injury. And we can, have, and may. But if we should have some good go of it here over the next weeks ahead with our injury situation and return of injury, and we can get some wins, then this thing with Dak playing the way he's playing, and with the way some of the guys have played that are playing with these guys out right now, I'm encouraged. The last thing that I'm thinking about is in any way being out of the hunt.
More man-to-man on defense. What are those adjustments going to look like as far as schematically to improve this scheme?
That's an understandable and pretty easy way to say different is how about a little more man? Well, how about a little more man? I bet you see a little more man. And on the man, you obviously know you give up some things on man. That's why they play zone, is because of that. But I think you will see adjustments.
Right.
When we have adjustments, they have been successful, but it calls for adjustments. The good news is that Flus has had a lot of experience. He's had some good days. He's had some bad days. That's what we're getting here. We're getting a young coach with a lot of future that also has been through, had a lot of experience, including head coach in the NFL. I have a lot of confidence in him. Well, if there is a trade that would help the defense, we're in position to make that trade. I want to remind everybody that we said it earlier today. One of the great things about our trade that we had with Green Bay is that our tackle makes about $22 million a year, where he costs us $2 million. And so we're getting a $20-something million a year player for $2 million right now. And he's playing about as well as anybody on defense. Why do I bring that in? That alone has increased our flexibility of being able to look at potential trades right now, whereas you might have had hand cramps before. So we're in position to look at a trade. That doesn't mean we're going to make one, but we certainly had in mind when we started this season that we were going to have ammo to be more flexible in terms of what we do with the roster as we move along this year and, of course, as we get into the next couple of years.
Does it make it tricky